Hello, family, EPC family. I hope everybody's doing well. I love seeing you all out there, all of your beautiful faces. I love it. Welcome to another video. I'm here at the home studio, and this video is really for me because I am so excited. Well, it's for me, but I'm so excited to share with you this story about something that's currently in frame. And I'll get into that. First and foremost, if you have been living under a rock, let me remind you about something. My movie, right here, A Fairy Tale After All, my own feature-length fairy tale movie, comes out this Friday, February 18th in North America. It's in theaters and it's on video on demand, which is, if you don't know what that is, it's basically iTunes, Amazon, and pretty much, Redbox, all that kind of thing. You can find out all the information at afairytaleafterall.com, afairytaleafterall.com. Go there and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff, plus theaters, locations. That's in North America. Then on the 22nd, the following week, next week, it opens up in the UK, all in the UK, throughout the UK. And then after that, it will start opening up in different countries. So stay tuned to that website. And also, if you want to get some merch, that's Princess Geneva. That's my princess right there. I created Princess Geneva, and that's Thumpkin. That's her sidekick. They're hugging. They're embracing. They're hugging. We all need hugs. So go check that out. I'm looking forward. I might even do a watch party on Friday. I may, do an actual watch party. We'll watch it together. Obviously, I'm not going to have it on screen, but if you purchase it on iTunes or whatever, we can push play at the same time and we can watch it together, and that would be fun. I would prefer you watching it first, like in private, so you can enjoy it and then come back to me. So maybe Saturday, maybe over the weekend, maybe early next week, we'll do a watch party of A Fairy Tale After All. How fun will that be? Okay, so let me get into what this video is about. 6 years ago, well, let's start out even earlier, okay? When I was a child, a young little kelpie, when I was a child, and Beauty and the Beast came out, was it 93, was it? I should know that. I remember watching the behind the scenes on VHS tape. Do you kids know what VHS tape is? It's coming back. VHS tape, the behind the scenes with Glenn Keane running through the offices here in Burbank, California, wearing the Beast cape, trying to get the look. This is when everything was still pretty much all hand drawn. There was some computer stuff, but pretty much all hand drawn. And I remember him going, running. I just remember he had a maquette, like a little statue of Belle and Beast, and the artists would look at it, they would turn it around, they would look at the profile of the statue to kind of draw what they were seeing. And I go, wouldn't it be great if I had one of those? Wouldn't it be great? I was young, and the one they had was gray. Like all gray. It wasn't painted. It wasn't meant to be anything more than just kind of something that they can look at and get the shape right. And I loved it. 6-7 years ago, a place here next to the Disney Studios, it's kind of like a geek hobby shop. They have a lot of Disney stuff. And wouldn't you know, they had these maquettes, these statues. Like, they had them. And I'm like, is that the same thing that was in that behind the scenes video that I watched 100,000 times when I was a kid? These were painted instead, so the ones were looking at were painted. So I was so confused on what they were. Even the owner of the shop was kind of like uncertain. So I would go into this shop so often in the next I don't know, I don't know, 6, 7 years, I would just go to this shop and these things would still be in the glass case. And I'm like, one day I'm going to get them. Listen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They were expensive. They were expensive, but not like out of my range where I could feel like I could save up some money and so forth. However, Monica and I, on Valentine's Day, a couple days ago, we went to go see Beauty and the Beast, the 90s Beauty and the Beast animated, at the Hollywood El Capitan Theater. El Capitan Theater is a theater owned by Disney. It's located right in Hollywood. And I said, wow, like, I need to go back to that shop and get and make a deal somehow. And that's what I did. The next day, yesterday, I went to the shop and I talked to the owner. Such a sweet guy, sweet guy. He loves classic Disney. He loves classic Disney. And I told him I was interested in these. And I know, like, there were a couple of auctions, not eBay, but like a couple of like high-end auction companies that had something like this similar up on for auction, you know, within the past 5, 6, 7 years, and they went for thousands. I mean, crazy amounts of money. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. I talked to him for about 45 minutes. And I told him how much these meant to me. And don't worry, I'm going to bring them closer to the camera and show you. And I said, listen, I have a statue that I'm selling, which is, if you look back here, you can see the kind of like an empty space. That's where I had a quarter scale big Joker, like from DC Comics, Joker statue. I was interested in selling that. I was trying to sell it, and it was going for a good price because that's kind of like that was like an older statue too. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, would you be interested in that? And also, would you be interested in taking a few bucks off what you're asking? And we made a good deal. I actually came back and got a couple of other items from my closet that I wasn't really interested in anymore, and we made a really good trade deal with a little bit of cash, and I was able to walk away with really probably the most Grail items I've ever owned in any kind of collection. Disney, dolls, statues, like this is the ultimate Grail for me. The ultimate. Like, I can't think of anything, and possibly the rarest. Now let me give you a little backstory. Again, I'm going to bring these up to you, so you can see it. These were made back when the movie came out. There was a limited edition of these of 500 that were going to be sold to the public. Only 500 in the world. Okay, these would be painted. The originals that were at the Burbank Disney Studios were not painted, but they wanted to kind of preserve those maquettes, so they made a mold of it, and then they made 500 to give to the public, to sell to the public. That alone, folks, would have been a Grail. I mean, 500's not a lot in the entire world. Do you know how many Beauty and the Beast Disney fans there are? But that's not the end of the story. Here's Belle, okay? You see Belle there? So you can see her size. So what happened was, I looked at Belle, and I'm like, okay, this all looks like in great condition. But on the bottom here, you're not going to be able to see. It's going to be a little bit blurry. Right there, you'll see it's numbered. This is numbered PP 38 out of 50. Not 500. PP 38 out of 50. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that meant exactly. I did some research, and what it is, it's called a, what is it? It's not a painter's proof. It's a publisher's proof. PP, publisher's proof. So, there's an artist's proof, then there's a publisher's proof. A publisher's proof is basically when the item is manufactured. These are all hand painted. They make 50 of them to make sure the quality is there, right? And then they make the 500 that are actually sold to the public. Usually, the artist proof and the publisher's proof stay in-house. They don't sell them, usually. So basically, they're given to employees, cast members, people at the Disney studios. You know, it's kind of like a gift, right? This is so rare. There's only 50 in the world. Now, it's very clear to see that this is a maquette. This is not something that, I mean, we have dolls that are much more elaborate. The facial, the portrait, I should say. But this is what I'm talking about as far as collectible and Disney collectibles. And this means the world to me that I got this. Now, the owner, the shop owner, I talked to him about that, and he was such a nice guy that he he didn't change the price on it. He's like, wow, okay, it's more rare than I thought. And I give him so much credit for that. As you can see, beautiful bell. She has her books there. They were a little bit dusty. I brought them home, and yeah, they're in great shape. Great shape. And I'm so happy. And I got the Beast. Look at the Beast. Look at that. He's heavy. He's heavy. The great thing is, he's also a publisher's proof and the same number. Same exact number. So when the animators were animating the Beast with their pencil and hand and pencil, they were moving the Beast around to kind of, draw the profile, to get a good idea of the profile. And that's what these maquettes were for. A lot of these were on the desks of the animators, like Glenn Keane. So I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I would own these. I just didn't think I would, and I never thought I would own such a rare copy of them. Only 50 of these publishers' proofs were ever made. That's crazy. That's crazy. And for what I was able to trade it for, I can't even fathom. So yesterday was a very good day for me. There's certain days in life where you feel like you worked very hard and that paid off, and you waited. You didn't jump on it as soon as you saw it. Like, I didn't 6 years ago say, okay, I'm going to pick these up. I waited and waited and waited and waited until the right moment, until it felt right, until I felt like I had something to offer the owner of the shop. And he was so gracious and so nice. I think he was a little sad to see them go. I think he kind of fell in love with them being there for so long. But I also got, a couple years earlier, this Michael Keaton Batman cowl mask, which was way under price. The price tag was much lower than it should be. So very good store, very nice gentleman. These, I'm telling you right now, I don't care what happens in my life. I don't care what happens in my life. These are going to be in my collection for the end of time. I And so this is the rarest and the most precious in my collection. No questions asked. And I can't think of anything that would come close. I can't think of anything that would come remotely close to this in the future. You know, you have to understand that you're only a kid once, and when you're a kid, sometimes you have a habit of watching things over and over and over again. And I saw these as a kid on videotape of the art, because I wanted to be a Disney artist when I was a very young kid. So I was watching that tape over and over again, and I was like, oh, I want these so bad. And I didn't know they even made them for the public. I didn't know that, you know. Even if they did, I would never be able to afford it. I don't know what these cost when they first came out. Probably $250, $500. I don't know. But here they are, and I own one of the rarer versions. Like I said, one of the 50 of the proofs, the publisher's proofs. So there you have it. So gorgeous. I'm gonna put a nice little video for you so you can watch it as they turn on a turntable. But thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed me geeking out with these with these precious things. I will be talking to you very soon. And don't forget, on Friday, February 18th, if you're watching this after the 18th, that means it's already up on iTunes, Amazon. My movie, A Fairy Tale After All. If you are into fairy tales, if you're into very emotional stories, it's something that we can all relate to. Go and pre-order it now. You can pre-order it on iTunes, okay? It's already a top pre-order, which I greatly appreciate everybody who's ordered. And then you'll be able to watch it on Friday. And again, if you're watching this afterwards, it's already up. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.